Open. So we've got a dynamic tremolo. Let's try this scratch thing. That's crap. Try again. So basically, exciting time in the world of loopers. There's been a lot going on. I was looking back historically today, and about 11 months ago, I jumped on the helix looping thing because that was a big part of the whole mini dream rig thing that I've been doing. So in the Mini Mad Scientist Club, one of the main things that you're going to be doing with MIDI control, other than turning stuff on and off and setting parameters and doing all this stuff, is using looping, because you need a lot of pedals to do that effectively. So in the group today, I put up the results of that first day of testing, and it was pretty cool to see that. In the ensuing 11 months, I've done a whole bunch of research into all kinds of physical loopers, software loopers. Met with a whole bunch of people, passed that on. Aaron Short's been working with Quantiloop quite heavily of late. Struggling, I'm sure, as you do. But times are a-changing, so the big news that's come out in the last 11 months is that the command center has looping things, and you can change the position of your looping layout in a big helix. The bigger news is that once 3 rolls, a command center will finally come to the HX Stomp and a new looper. This has been confirmed by Eric Klein, and it's kind of a big deal. The looper that's in the helix now is a kind of a testbed looper. It can be put anywhere in the signal chain, which is different, kind of cool. But you've only got 30 seconds of stereo or 60 seconds of mono playing, and that is more than enough for messing about. You've got reverse play, you've got undo, redo, overdubs, half time and full time, so you can double the time of it if you stay in that, or you can slow stuff down. You can do all kinds of stuff, but one of the main reasons why the Line 6 Mini Mad Scientist Club exists was because people were getting stomps. It came out, I came up with the idea to do that after getting a stomp and traveling, and that was really why I got into MIDI in the first place. I wanted to take my LT and squeeze it into a tiny little space and make that work, and it's been a hell of a lot of fun. Now, in the Line 6 world, that's the news. In other regions of the world, Plethora is going to get a looper of some sort in about a month's time, and so instead of waiting another month, I figured now would be a really good time to dig up and go through all the old notes and see what's been happening and chat with people in the group, maybe set a challenge. Maybe, because that would be interesting. I find all this stuff really challenging. Making videos and stuff like that is not my forte at all, but I do it because it builds character and it gets you used to being out in a crowd, and you have to think about talking and scripting, and there's a lot of really cool things with it. So, be warned, be wary. On my YouTube channel, there's going to be a lot of stuff about that in a lead up to the new developments. The plethora is going to be a big deal for me. The helix as well. And the other thing I've been thinking about is on the looping front. There's topics about looping. There's topics about the 1-button looper, the 6-button looper for the helix. Under the big looping topic, which covers everything, you'll find all sorts of things. And a big thing for me with looping is, me not being a looping guy, I think of it as a bucket to hold your sounds, or like a capacitor in electrical terms, or Archimedes connected vases of water. It's shifting sounds through the signal chain and being able to store and then release them. Kind of like salmon swimming upstream, or I don't know. There's got to be some explanation for it, but what I've been really wondering about is a new mode of looping, something that I haven't seen anywhere so far. There's serial looping, there's parallel looping, there's all kinds of different things that the big boy loopers do. And the difference between them would be, like, with one, you can set up a rolling bass line. Have that track go and remain in place, and then on Quantiloop you can set your second, third, or fourth channel to do different segments of the songs. You can have a rhythm section, you can have a lead section, you have a bridge section, and you could mishmash all these things together. But a new idea, I think, would be to do that, but typically that's always put at the end of the signal chain. What about inserting multiple loop points in the signal chain and passing the sound down and affecting it in different ways? So if you've got a big helix, a small helix, a plethora, a delay pedal, anything that's going to do that, like the flashback to the original one that came out with timbrance and all that, that had a looping thing in it, and you're just basically setting up a buffer to copy the sound and then release it sometime afterwards, and the amount of time depends on the amount of DSP in there, or memory, or whatever it is. What if you had 2 or 3 of them? What if you had a whole bunch of Dittos? What if you had the new Ditto Plus, which you can store stuff in a card? Would that work? So I published tonight a little vid of a white pedal with this colory stripy things on it. There's a lot of that going around lately, these whiteboards. I've been thinking with the plethora, with the Sim 1 and all that, to make a cool, super new pedal board, everything white, in tone. Would be nice, one of those stormtrooper things. But so yeah, that's the current thought process. What do you think? Would anybody be up for like a group challenge within the group to start digging into looping? Don't know if you saw Robbie Calvo's video today, but he's apparently a master looper. Not like me. I'm doing with this is I'm feeding different guitars in and layering them up. This changes the way you think about phrasing, the dynamics. It's, well, interesting. It would be better if I was better at the techniques, but I kind of do it freeform, but I think now in terms of sit down a bass one of like 30 seconds and then divide that up into other segments. Like leave the first 10 seconds out, use the last 20 seconds. And in all those slots, I'm saying higher frequencies, lower frequencies, rhythm bits, bass bits, and room to breathe. I really dig that. Switching guitars again. So we'll see. Consider this day one of a 30-day challenge. This we're in August. Pretty crap loop, but there's always room to improve. Go and check out Robbie Cowell's stuff. You know, his first little vid was cool. Had this scratching idea, which I've completely botched, but I did it before and it came out pretty well. So that's another thing about videos. I would encourage anyone to start their own little YouTube channel, store your results, and look at it over time. It's quite encouraging. Anyway, good night. It's late, and I gotta do a whole bunch of stuff tomorrow, so sign off.